Well. Here we are again on a Friday at about 9:30 p.m. And Loki.
So many spoilers.
If you have not seen Loki episode 2, I advise you to remove yourself from this program. We used to do a nice little thing where we didn't discuss the spoilers until later on, but I think we've gotten beyond that point. We didn't nix that out. There's just too much, and it's a little bit rehashing. But I want to welcome everybody.
Get your punk butt out if you ain't watching.
I want to welcome everybody to CNC SciFi Grill. I am one of your hosts, Cliff. To my left is my daughter, Christina. And below her is big Nate, coming from New Mexico, probably roasting a little bit more than I am.
102.
Oh, 102. Don't worry, it's a dry heat. It's a dry heat. I'm sure it's not all that bad.
I'm back. What's up? Hey, y'all. How's it going?
So we were discussing your uncle's dry heat.
Oh, it's hot. It's hot.
There's no such thing as global warming. There's no such thing as global warming.
The polar ice caps aren't melting. No.
Who's frozen? Wait, Wild Night, you said we're frozen? Really? Oh, now I'm going to have to go to Twitter and see if we are, or Twitch and really see if we are frozen. That would be mostly unfortunate.
That'd be sad.
That would be just pitiful.
Be sad.
I would be mostly upset.
I'm still eating my Triscuits. I don't know what you're talking about.
Trasket. Put the lotion in the basket.
You trying to say we asked you?
No. Oh, Lord, my child, I have failed you. Have you never seen Silence of the Lambs?
No.
Oh, I have failed you as a father. I am so sorry.
Right.
You don't know about Clarice and the lotion, and you put the lotion in the basket, or else you get the hose again.
Yikes.
But I digress. So today's episode, we will be discussing Loki season 2. Or I'm sorry, not season 2.
Season 2?
1. Yeah,
hopefully.
No. Season 1, episode 2, with Mr. Broken Nose himself, Owen Wilson. I'm sorry, Mobius. And we got a bunch of Lokis that showed up in previews across. So Loki is just a variant all around, huh? He has just caused problems throughout all the timelines.
Yeah.
And he's a little mischievous scamp.
Yeah.
Did you want to go into that, Christina, a little bit?
I mean, he does what Loki does. He'll cause chaos because he likes chaos, and then leave.
Yeah, but he's not just causing chaos here. He's messing up the sacred timeline.
Yeah.
And then we got Superior Loki, who we'll get into later on. Who Superior? So I'm gonna call our Loki. What is that? The current Loki. When did Avengers come out? 2011 Loki
versus female Loki.
I was not. That's that. I was gonna get to the whole fact that it was a female later on. You just dropped that little nugget. And are you for sure she's a Loki?
I mean, there's nothing currently indicating that she's not a Loki. So I'm
How could
going
it not
with
be Enchantress?
Loki.
How do you know it's not Enchantress?
That's a possibility. All I'm going by is that she's wearing a helmet.
Anybody can get a helmet with horns. Come on, really?
Yeah. She's wearing the Loki helmet. I'm just gonna assume that it's a Loki until I am shown otherwise.
All right.
Also, apparently, Tom Hiddleston said that episodes 4 and 5 are his favorite because it throws everything to hell. So I'm excited.
So that's why I think it's going to come out that she's not really a Loki. That she's something else.
Yeah, that is definitely.
So we had Troll Loki, who looked like a cross between the Hulk and Loki, except a little bit hairier. And then you had it looked like basically the his ice, his ice persona Loki.
Frost giant persona,
his frost giant Loki. And then there was the Tour de France Loki. Did you see that one? He had a championship cup.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that was the Tour de France Loki.
Yeah, I saw him.
So yeah, there's the Frost Giant one, and then there's Party Rock Loki. Just so we open up with the TVA agents arriving at a Renaissance fair. And one thing I could say about the TVA agents that are in the field, the ones that are kind of like cops, they just don't care. Because they're going to reset a timeline anyway. They honestly do not care about the people that they're interacting with at all.
And that just further leads to Loki's theory that pops up later.
Yes. And his theory is that, have any of you seen the timekeepers? Like, are they really around? Do you guys know they're there for sure? How do you know you're not being led on? And
also the fact that anything that you do before an apocalypse doesn't matter. Because the apocalypse is still going to happen.
Poor Pompeii.
Oh my god. Hello! I am Loki. And you're all going to die. And I know this. Because I'm from the future.
Be free, my horned brothers.
When he released the ghost.
So freaking funny. And
that is
like, what does it matter? They're all going to die.
and Mobius. Here's Mobius' take on how to cause a distraction. Make bird noises.
By the way, Mobius' first and last name is Mobius.
Is it? Is Mobius Mobius?
Is it Mobius? That's so funny.
Mobius.
All I'm going to say is that this proves that the TVA has no idea what's going on the outside world. They have no idea how to interact with people at all. They only interact with themselves, and it looks like they're in little cliques anyway, because from the way they treat the clerks to the way they treat Mobius to the way they treat the cops. So I don't know if the judge is. I guess the judge is the final say before you get to the timekeepers.
If you read the comics,
mm-hmm.
the judge, and I can't remember which one of the timekeepers had a thing.
Oh yeah, that's Kang.
Yeah.
Kang the Conqueror, who is showing up in the next Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he has a thing with her. So it's possible that she is working for him. Well, Kang's not a lizard. Kang is Reed Richards' ancestor, or not ancestor, but his descendant. He's human. He's just did some experiments on himself, but he is human.
He started off human. That's all.
Yes. It's kind of like Star Trek Beyond. He started. It's kind of like Star Trek Beyond, where they're all human, and then they did what they did, and they became what they became.
Yeah.
So what was Loki's thing at the beginning when he was basically trying to lead them on and not get them to reset the timeline? What was his...
Because he wanted the time. He was bluffing and delaying because he wanted the timeline to redline. That's why.
But I don't get why.
Because he's the god of mischief, And the bottom line is he wants that timeline because he wants to challenge the theory that this one interwoven timeline is where we're supposed to be. He wants to see if his theory is correct, and I'm going to agree with him. I'm wondering if everybody hadn't been duped, but that's just me.
I'm leaning toward that a lot of people are being duped.
What happens when they're done writing the time?
They're all supposed to meet at the end at a glorious ending.
And go off into peace. It's all supposed to be peaceful.
When time ends, we cease to exist. I completely disagree. I think when this timeline ends, we go into nothingness. That's just my humble opinion based on the science I've seen.
I mean, yeah, that's valid.
So the time must go on, which makes me wonder about this theory and why they're doing what they're doing.
And how did the timekeepers get the powers that they have to control?
Because they had that huge fight and they came out victorious. And the folks that came out victorious, they said, allow us to make sure this never happens again. We will be the guardians of the timeline. Mm-hmm. That's all. It was.
But also, like, what made them pick these specific events for this to be the sacred timeline?
Yeah. How did they figure out what exactly is the sacred timeline? How do you know I'm not supposed to be? How do you know that day I was late for work, I was supposed to be late for work that day?
And so here's my problem. That's why I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know if this was an enchantress or female Loki because in the comics they had both. They had female Loki reincarnated, and then they had the enchantress. So I don't know which one it is, but remember when he called her Loki, she was like, "Please don't call me that."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lokis would own up to their name.
Yeah,
because they always wanted to be known as superior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she is. I don't know what is she another Nexus being?
Could be.
I don't know if she's on the same. No, I don't think she's on the same power level as Wanda. I think Wanda's a Nexus being. I think possibly at the end of this, we're going to see Loki end up being, with all these variants, he may very well be a Nexus being. And that's why they keep trying to stop him, because he's a Nexus being. Because he keeps coming up with ways to cheat death.
But here's the thing that I will say. She sent the reset bombs. I forget specifically what they call them. But she sent reset bombs to certain times to stop that timeline to cause a variant. And I mean, that takes a lot of research. That takes a lot of skill to find out if you hit these many spots at this many times that you're going to redline all over the place. So why did she do that, ladies and gents? I have a theory, but I think it's along the same line of the theory that you said, to prove that redlining the sacred timeline doesn't necessarily break time. It doesn't cause all these battles and stuff that they seem to keep thinking.
There's also a theory that she's going to be the cause of the multiverse with what's happening.
I'm going with 3.
What's 3?
What is classic military strategy?
Divide and conquer.
You pull all the people away, scatter your forces across the universe so you can hit home base.
But she said she didn't want to rule the TVA.
Right. She doesn't want to rule a TVA. Does she want to take out the timekeepers?
Maybe she's just going to destroy.
Maybe she wants to take the timekeepers out.
Yeah.
I don't know. She doesn't seem to care about the TVA except for getting those devices that they use to reset the timeline.
My theory.
I mean, but she kills them all.
That's because they're the means to an end.
My theory is she hit all those bombs so all those timekeepers could go across the universe at different times to try to fix what she did. So then she could go attack the timekeepers. I think my theory is she wants to kill the timekeepers. You saw all those people running to the different doors to go save those timelines. If all your forces are away fixing things, then the three sacred beings are unprotected. And I think the judge went and grabbed her stick to defend home. That's my military.
No, because the clerks can't defend nothing.
And if all of the forces are across the world, across the universes at different times, nobody's home to defend home. I mean, let's go to Star Wars. It's a critical moment because what did Mothra say that all of the Empire forces are spread across the galaxy in a vain effort to fight us, and now is the time to go after the new Death Star. You always try to get people away from home base so you can take out home base. That's my theory.
And what do we think about Hellboy Sasha Lane, who shows up as Agent C-20? What did she see that has her spastic? It wasn't that she just gave up the TVA and the timekeepers. And why would she? How could she possibly know where the timekeepers are?
The timekeepers are, yeah.
Well, I mean, she would know where everybody know, which was what. Like, okay, perfect example. We know in your different cities, if you've ever been to court, you know where the courthouse is.
Yeah.
So it's not a sacred thing. I know where City Hall is. Everybody knows where City Hall is.
I got one problem with that theory. Lady Loki, Enchantress, whatever you want to call it, Superior Loki, did not kidnap any other agent. She has killed and left them dead, everybody, and stolen their devices. What made C-20 so special? She bewitched C-20 and used her and then kidnapped her. So there is some information that C-20 has that everybody else doesn't.
What I'm saying is that I don't think when she touched her, she knows what she knows.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is maybe C-20 was part of a special force. You don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And so,
or maybe she was like a higher up than normal.
And
I don't. But why would she be out with the beat cops?
Because they've been dying. Because they've been dying.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. So when she's spazzing, this is the reason why I have that theory. When she's spazzing, saying, "I told them where they are. I told them where they are." That's the last bit of information she needed before she could launch that strike to make all the forces go out, because now she knows where the timekeepers are. I don't think she wants to rule anything. I think she wants to tear down everything.
And she also said that she saw it and it's real. We still don't know what it is.
Yeah.
She kept repeating it's real.
The real big bad.
Is it the real big bad or the fact that the timekeepers don't exist? Or something to that matter.
Could be both. Could be a little bit both.
Could be the realization that the TVA is not really this force for keeping this sacred timeline, that perhaps whoever created the universe in Marvel wanted the universe to be the way that it is, that they didn't want the TVA around. And that the TVA, especially if they've been corrupted by Kang, have basically been paving the way for Kang to come into power. Is basically what might be going on. That's
kind of like what happened with Palpatine.
Correct. Yes, Palpatine laid in. He was just a honest to God senator from Naboo that was, there to help and guide the Empress, the Queen, and then all of a sudden he turns to the Emperor. He's a Sith Lord.
Well, whatever you want to call him, he just wanted power.
And yes, and that's all Kang wants is power. And ruling over time would be the ultimate thing for anyone. Who can stop you if you control time, the flow of time? Who?
Loki.
Well, yes, by doing what she's doing or he's doing. So in the end, Loki does end up escaping with female Loki.
So but also, is he really escaping, or is he playing along, trying to figure out?
I think he's playing along. I think he's kind of like, because remember, and maybe whatchamacallit didn't think about Mobius didn't think about this is Mobius said, well, we can catch you no matter where you go. And Loki realized that. So that's why Loki went through that portal. Like, well, you guys can catch me wherever I go. Wouldn't it be best if I followed her to see what the heck she's up to and what timeline she's going to?
Also, maybe he's playing into the Loki trope of Loki always loses.
That could be true
If
too.
she is a Loki.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of ifs. There's a lot of ifs.
I'm just ready for episode 4 and 5 to fuck everything up, like Tom Hiddleston says it does.
Well, that seems to be a thing with all of their current Disney Plus shows. Is you get to episodes 4 and 5, and it's just like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think he followed her because I think he figured out her plan, which is just to tear up everybody. I think he's going to play along, but if he has to choose between her and getting in good with the timekeepers, this is all a chess game for Loki. Whoever's going to be the more powerful one will be the one he'll side with so he can get some power.
But even that's not always true because he didn't end up signing with Thanos. He got freaking killed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
he didn't sign up with the game master.
Well, that was after Ragnarok where he got a change of heart. I got you.
He didn't even side with his sister.
Yeah.
When she showed up, he could have very easily not have fought her against Thor. He could have very easily double teamed Thor, and Thor would have been screwed.
Yeah.
But remember, he also wasn't raised with that lady. But I hear what you're saying.
But if she's going to go back and rule Asgard, hey, there's another person I can get in good with and help out.
Yeah. And also, it's like earlier in the episode, whoever's like good people are not 100% good, and evil people are not 100% evil either.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys catch when he was reading the file on Ragnarok, which was a total throwaway? He was upset about it, but then he was just like, let me go talk to old boy about this.
Yeah. Like he had a moment and then like something clicked in his brain and he like moved on.
Well, did you notice that there was a code name in there said the Revengers? And if you guys remember, what did Thor call
him and the Hulk and
Loki? He called them the Revengers.
Mm-hmm.
And so was it 9,719 people that died or 9,719 people that died on Asgard? Because I can't see there being 9 million. Well, it could have been 9 million people in that city.
I thought it was 9,700. But anyway.
Yeah, I thought it was 9,000.
Well, that still seems kind of small, though, for that country. I mean, she had been sitting there killing off people for how long? And you're telling me it's only 9,719 people that she killed before Homeboy showed up? That's it?
Depends on how long he took and how much she wanted to play with them before killing them.
This is true. And if Loki's a variant, how come Cap is not a variant? How is Cap not a variant? What happened at the end of Endgame? What did he end up doing?
Maybe that's part of his sacred timeline.
How is that part of the sacred timeline? How does that even work?
It was for love.
How is him going back?
You asking? I'm not a timekeeper. I don't know.
Okay, putting the stones in place that stops the ripples, right? That stops the sacred timeline from rupturing. But that does not stop. That does not mean he gets to stay there.
Hey, but I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Every time there's a ripple with a sacred timeline, don't they only have a certain amount of minutes for they have to reset that timeline?
Yes.
So you tell me that whole fight with Thanos was enough time to have to let
he went back. If you remember, he had to go back to the exact time they took everything disappeared.
I get that, but what I'm saying is that whole fight was within 5 minutes.
All I'm going to say is Eternals. The Eternals sat around and watched the Earth and the universe get disappeared. Didn't stop their little cousin.
Didn't stop their nasty little brother.
No, didn't stop their little brother who was having a temper tantrum. But they had
Aaron.
Hey.
You the only little brother I got.
This is true. So I don't know. We'll see where this goes. It's chaos. Interesting.
Loki. I love it. It's chaos. It's Loki. I love it.
And that's probably also what she might want to bring out is chaos. Because if you notice, the Loki's themes are chaos. They don't want stuff to be.
They have no other purpose.
No, chaos. They are a chaos engine, which is weird because isn't Wanda a chaos witch, basically?
Yeah.
She's an agent of chaos as well. So that's two agents of chaos.
Because we're getting the least organized show from the most chaotic person. It's fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Because we definitely don't know what's going. We kind of knew what was going on with WandaVision. Falcon and Winter Soldier had very
Wanda started off weird.
Yeah, it started off weird for sure.
Those first 3 episodes, you were like, "Huh, okay, this is interesting. How long are we gonna do this?" And then she did what she did to old girl, and everybody was like, "Oh,
yeah,
it just got real."
Yeah, but it's not as crazy as yes, let's totally disrupt the entire timeline of life.
What's the worst that can happen? Yes, Big Nate.
I know that Christina loves Loki and the actor playing it.
I do.
But are we going to glance over the ass whooping Hulse gave him in that store?
Bro.
So wait a minute. So you get possessed by Loki and you get super strength? Is that what's going on?
Apparently.
I mean, Hulse laid the
it makes me so mad because I'm literally, Loki's a god. What do you? Also, duplicate yourself? Sir, where are literally all of your powers? What are you doing? What are you
this
doing?
is true. He was playing around. He was goading her. He was trying to see what her end goal was. That's what he was doing.
That's definitely a possibility.
And the whole interaction and Professor Loki was hilarious as well. That whole interaction.
That was hilarious.
And he was like, no, it's
actually, these are 2 different powers. So it was adorable.
And Mobius, and I must pour out a little drink from Mobius's salad.
You mean pour out the drink that he poured into his salad?
I got to pour out a drink. I got to set aside a little something for my homie.
That was terrible.
And then my boy's drink. He took my boy's drink. My boy's just sitting there like,
I wanted that milk.
He was like, damn, you took my juice box. That's some bull.
And so we glanced over a little bit about how the TVA agents, at least the cops, treat people outside the TVA. But look at how they treat Loki, and then they wonder why they can't figure anything out.
Literally. It's like dude tries to mansplain a woman's job to her. Go away.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Nate?
I want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
The TVA and these great timekeepers, it seems so how do I sexist. And
how so?
And I'm explaining, even though you got this tough woman, and
the judge.
And I get that, but it seems so me man, me beat you. And this man and Loki is cerebral and intelligent and articulate and in order for you to be, the god of mischief, you have to outwit everyone.
And they keep throwing agents at this problem, thinking that more agents don't help.
Whether they're men or women, I'll beat you. And I'm just like, Bruh! And I'm like, that's not working. You need cerebral candidates.
And that just echoes back to his point about calling the TVA similar to the Asgardians. He was not wrong. Yes, he was stalling for time, but his analogy was not incorrect whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Turn around. Let me see what's on your shirt. That's so funny.
And that's what I'm saying.
I forgot that I was a variant.
I mean, it reminds me. It's like you sent the jocks, whether they were female or male. Mm-hmm. You sent the jocks to be the man, whether it's woman or man, and then you had the little nerds inside. It reminded me of like a high school setup. That's where the little and so that made me also question these timekeepers. Everything's set in a 60s, 70s type, late 70s, early 80s TVs. The setting is the same. And I'm like, so you got the jocks out there beating people up. You got the nerds on the computer. And I'm like, doesn't this remind me of a 1984 like high school setup? Like, what was that movie where the nerd, the jock, the weird lady, and all that was stuck in detention?
Jumanji. Oh, are you talking about not Jumanji? You talking about oh God.
Don't you?
Yes. I can't remember the name. Breakfast Club.
It reminds me of a Breakfast Club school setup.
Because you got the nerd which is all the agents that are sitting at
all of the clerks.
Yes,
are nerds.
Anthony Michael Hall.
And so, but then you have the librarian with the hawk face. Like I'm looking at Breakfast Club setup, and I was thinking that like, okay, and then you have the tough jocks, whether they're women or men, beating people up,
which is Mike Judd or what the heck was his name? Was it Judd? Yeah, I think it was Judd. Yeah.
And so I'm waiting. So I'm waiting for the weird girl next, and I don't know if that's Enchantress or something else.
Why would the weird girl not be the one that just got captured and they found? Could she not end up be weird after what she saw?
Could be. It just reminds.
Is Loki another nerd?
Loki is okay. I think Mobius would be, and in Nate's example would be the Emilio Estevez character.
Right.
So he's a little nerdy, but he's cool. So he kind of plays it off. Right. But he's not stupid. He's not like a jock. He's intelligent, but he plays on. He still is like on a football team or whatever. I think he still was the other people you're thinking about was the bullies, Nate. So there's the bullies, the TVA agent, the main agents, the cops are the bullies. He's more of the jock person. That's the smart jock. Put it that way.
Smart jock. But yeah. I'm just saying, when I was watching this, I was like, I'm watching parts of Breakfast Club or any sort of high school like divisions that they would put in. Like if you remember that Nerds movie, same thing. And I sat there and said, that right there made me think to myself, these timekeepers aren't as high up and mystical, magical as people are trying to make them to be. If they set up this 1984 high school type,
well, not only that,
they have flat screens and
you do see how Loki, and you do see how Loki is pulling at Mobius's belief strings, slowly but surely. He's pulling on his strings because I don't know if Mobius would have acted out when that TVA agent was yelling at those people or shoved that guy to the side.
No.
If Loki hadn't put that in his head that you sure some of this isn't exactly not real. And good Lord, don't go to Alabama in that year because it doesn't look like it's going to be a good year.
Oh, that's a bad year for Alabama.
What was that, 2047?
Or 2050, 2047, whatever it is?
Yep. 2047 or 2052.
Yeah, one of those. I think it was like 2050 or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad time.
Future us, don't be in Alabama in 2040 or 2047.
Well, how about we say this? How about we stop tearing up the climate so that we won't have that in 2050?
Oh, that's cute. You expect corporations to stop tearing up the climate?
And they were hiding in a corporation. How about that?
They were hiding in a grocery store.
Mm-hmm. A big chain.
Yep.
So what do you think about the little clock as the little computer clock?
Hey!
That's rude.
That's rude.
That was so funny.
So the little clock is his little thing. It kind of reminds me of the game I play sometimes, which is Fallout. And they got this little guy that is your guide, and he shows up in all the little things. Pip-Boy, he shows up in everything you do, and she's kind of like that. And it kind of has the Fallout flavor when you look at her and when you look at their computer screen. Some of that all looks like it's akin to Fallout a little bit. But we'll see where all this goes. It's still too early, to Big Nate's point, and to Christina's point, because Wanda, we were sitting back like, what in the world's going on? And then it didn't really kick off until like episode 3, and then it was like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever on TV. And Falcon Winter Soldier, it was pretty tight the first couple of, I think it wasn't slow. Loki's a little slower than I would expect it to be. I don't know if it's going to start speeding up soon. The first episode wasn't slow, but this last episode was a little time.
It was a little bit more.
And it was an hour. It was an hour.
Yeah, it was long.
Which is interesting, but a lot of people were complaining before about how short Wanda was and how short some of the Falcon episodes was and how short some of the Bad Batch, although Bad Batch is still just becoming like, I'm just like starting to tune out, kind of like I did with the old Clone Wars, where I was like, I could take it or leave it. Closing thoughts, Big Nate.
I don't know.
Too early to tell?
No, I think she's. I told you, I got a theory. I think she's. Stop it, you two. I think that she's going to. She's tried to vacate home base so she can go kill the timekeepers. That's my theory.
Okay. Christina. Theory.
I think,
or closing thoughts.
I think that if she is in fact a female Loki, which is a possibility because they hinted that he's gender fluid, they confirmed that he's gender fluid. I think that's still a possibility. If she is a female Loki, I think that at the end of the day, she's trying to cause as much chaos as possible, just for shits and giggles. That is a very Loki thing to do. Now, granted, if it's Enchantress, she could have an ulterior motive, like want to take down the TVA or want to take out the timekeepers.
And this is not the Enchantress people from Suicide Squad.
From Suicide Squad.
No, there's two different Enchantresses. There's two different. There's one in Marvel and there's one in DC. You said Enchantress
at first, and I was like, wait, no, that's a totally different. No.
So Enchantress in Marvel is more. She's more related to Norse mythology and stuff like that. The one in DC is actually Aztec or something mythology.
Yeah. So, but also, it would make sense because she was enchanting people.
Mm-hmm. But she's still giving people the green eyes, like what? No, you know what?
She didn't give Loki, green eyes.
Has Loki ever, without the Mind Stone, has he ever enchanted anybody?
No.
Not throughout any time has he enchanted anybody. Yes, he's fooled them with his duplication powers, but he's never taken over their mind without the Mind Stone.
His powers? I don't remember enchanting being one of them.
No. So, haha. The plot thickens.
But yeah, if it's Enchantress, then definitely could be an ulterior motive.
But who is she working for? Would she be doing this on her own?
Yeah, she could be enchanting herself to look like Loki or like a female Loki, or to enchant that crown so everyone thinks it's Loki so that he can take the fallout. There's a lot of possibilities. Now, knowing that, I'm leaning more towards it being Enchantress. Similar to WandaVision and similar to Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't think that she is the final big bad. Going on.
Yeah, but we kind of knew Agatha was the big bad to me. I think I thought something was up with her. I knew something was up.
I knew something was up with her, but I know for a while we thought that she was like a mentor that was helping. Not
well,
that
in the comic books,
was.
she's supposed to be. Comic books, Agatha Harkness was a mentor to Scarlet.
Yeah.
But they totally flipped it up and turned it upside down.
And even with Falcon and Winter Soldier, like, yes, they were the big bad, but also, like, were they really the big bad, or was it like the big government relocating everyone without helping the other people? But anyway, different show.
The government was a problem because they helped create the Flag Smashers, but the Flag Smashers were also a problem. But
It's
also,
layers.
was Sharon Carter not also an issue? Because she's the power broker.
Because she's power broker, yeah.
Right.
So
you
it's
got
all-
a
it's
lot
all
of
layers.
issues. And then you also got Mr. Walker, Captain America. John Walker, Captain America. You also have him. He was an antagonist later
Looking
on.
strong, John. Looking strong.
All right, Big Nate, any shout outs or what you got on the plate? And I know what's coming, so we just sit back and let you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. The old school drive from 1 to 5 with me, Big Nate. It's rolling tomorrow.
No.
Today
Sunday.
is Friday.
It's oh gosh. 2 days from now. Sunday.
Sunday.
From 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Time.
Mm-hmm.
So I will tell you right now.
Well, what you got you shaking and baking on the old school drive there, sir? Hold
on. I want to make sure I get for my Spanish brothers. Domingo. Sunday. We want to make sure. My dog came in and was like, "Oh, Sunday, what are we doing Sunday?" Anyway, but I have something else in the pot. I want to let y'all know tomorrow.
Okay.
Down in Carlsbad, New Mexico, for those that are golfing enthusiasts, there's a 4x4 golfing outing at the country club in Carlsbad, New Mexico.
I just noticed your voice is a little different when you talk about golfing as opposed to when you talk about the
old school drive from 1 to 5.
Oh my God! Because I want my old school drive brethren to bring their poshness.
Should they wear their polo shirts and their golf shorts?
Oh my God! I've got a pair of plaid golf shorts just waiting.
Do you have a polo top to go with it, sir?
Oh, I have several.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
My God!
Golf.
Hold on. I even have a kerchief as a necktie.
Oh my. Well, odds and bodkins. So, anything else, Big Nate, you wanna speak on or bring into existence? Oh no, he can't breathe anymore.
Well, I've got to have my ascots. I have to have my ascots.
All right.
Anyway, so now we're having a golf tournament. Fundraising for the Boys and Girls Club. It's going to be awesome, amazing, and I'm going to be out there signing folks up and just having a good time. I don't golf because I always slice to the right no matter what I do. I need training.
Then stand further to the left?
You would think that I would have to face the opposite direction to not slice right.
Nope, that doesn't work. It doesn't work for me when I'm bowling.
Right. So what I'm saying is I didn't sign up on a golf team because I didn't want to embarrass nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't golf, and I don't want you to be mad because our numbers are bad. So I'll just be up at the sign-up table. But we're just trying to do things for the community Boys and Girls Club, so I'm happy with that.
All right. Well, you can find more information on the links below for all of our social media links. You can catch me on Twitch, Draconis27. Last thing I did was play some Dead by Daylight, as well as there is a new.
Is there a new killer?
Yes, there is Nemesis.
Ooh.
So there's new killer and a new survivor. So it's Resident Evil Dead by Daylight because they have now Jill Valentine and Nemesis as the new killer, and he's kind of OP right now, but I think they're probably going to end up nuking him, kind of, sort of, because he can slice through. Yeah, well, he can slice through the pallets people throw down and hit you with his, because he has a little whip attack, and he can do like that, and it will take you out.
I mean, that's similar to Gunslinger, because Gunslinger can shoot over the pallets and get you.
Yeah, no, but he destroys the pallet at the same time that he hits you. Yeah.
I haven't played Dead by Daylight in so long.
No, I picked it up. I started playing it. I used to watch other folks stream and play it, so I started playing it.
Platform, right?
Yes, it is. And the other thing I play also is Ark, which Genesis just released a couple weeks ago, which is the second Genesis Part 2, and that's also on my stream. And that's about all for me.
You might see me on Draconis' stream playing some Dead by Daylight.
So, Christina, what's in your wheelhouse?
Living life.
Okay.
Attempting to go to the BET Awards. They're doing a thing where if you're vaccinated and you live in LA, you can submit to go to the BET Awards, which is on the 27th. So I just did that.
That is racist.
We'll see how that goes.
You should not be able to go to things for free because you got vaccinated. You should let everybody in. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't want to catch a disease. So yeah, if I get to go to that, you'll hear me screaming about it from the heavens.
Okay.
I'll definitely be buying a new outfit because I don't have anything to wear. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Christina?
No.
Okay.
Well,
I want to thank everyone. What?
If you're going to go to the BET thing.
Oh, Lord.
Aren't they going to be doing auditions as well during that weekend?
At the awards? I don't think so.
Not at the awards. I thought it was a whole thing they did the whole weekend.
I would literally just be going as an audience member for the BET Awards.
I got that part. But I'm saying, are they going to be doing any castings that weekend as well?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just asking.
I just want an excuse to get pretty.
You're always pretty.
Always pretty, sweetie.
Prettier.
Oh my goodness. Well, I want to thank everyone that did tune in for us and that will be listening later on. This will go up on iTunes. For those that don't know, I usually put it up around midnight on Sunday. You'll see this week's episode. Next week we'll be discussing season. Oh, wait, is Big Nate traveling next weekend though? Are you leaving on Friday or Saturday, sir?
I'm leaving on Friday, so we could always do a show Saturday during the day.
Okay. Then we'll see about doing it then. All right. I guess it depends on Christina's schedule.
Yes. Also, fun announcement from Disney. The deadline announced 2 days ago. Mm-hmm. Disney Plus shifts original series release schedule. Shows to launch on Wednesdays.
So does that mean Bad Batch is releasing on Wednesday as well now, new episodes? Because they've still been releasing on Friday.
No, probably not. Shows to launch on Wednesdays.
Okay.
So whatever shows are coming out are going to come out.
Well, they just pushed out Luca last week.
Was that a show or a movie?
That is a movie. But I think they did not push it out on a Friday. They pushed it out on Wednesday. So I think they're doing it in the middle of the week, which is okay.
Yeah, the streamer will drop all of its originals on Wednesdays. This will include all original, scripted, unscripted, and animated series.
I know I'm about to start a fight, but that's kind of what I do anyway. So,
oh Lord,
is anybody? Can I, on a scale of 1 to 10, can each one of you tell me your excitement for Black Widow to come out?
About a 7 for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a 7 or 8. I'm more excited for Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man's way in December.
Mainly because I love Zendaya.
Yeah, I was about to say that's why you're excited about Spider-Man.
I want to see Spider-Man too, but can I tell you something? It's anticlimactic for me and Black Widow.
That's because
we know she's
because of
gonna die.
COVID. Because of COVID, it's taking too long for it to come out. It was supposed to come out last May, and it got delayed and delayed and delayed. Then it's supposed to come out this May, and it got delayed again.
That's probably going to be the first movie I see in theaters again. It's Black Widow.
I really like Black Widow, but I'm not that excited. Maybe it'll build up in me later.
It's literally 2 weeks away, 3 weeks.
Well,
July 9th.
Right now, it's not even a low rumble.
Damn, not even a low rumble. Damn.
It's not even a little bit of gas, huh?
I mean, I'm just excited to see like what they're gonna do with it, considering we know the character dies. Like, I'm just interested to see like how they're gonna make a movie.
You spoiled it. What do you mean Black Widow dies?
Look, if you ain't seen Endgame by now, and you watched us, foolish.
What do you mean?
She's dead. She dies. I won't tell you how or why. Hey, guess what? Snape kills Dumbledore.
I am done. I am done with this podcast. I am completely done. You have given away key.
Darth Vader is looking like his father.
No! Wait, Luke and Leia. Wait, are they related?
Oh, God.
Luke and Leia, but she missed him on the lips.
Rey is no one.
She should have stayed a no one. In all honesty, it would have been better. Granted, we hated what they did, how they did it. It would have been better if she had stayed a no one instead of being a freaking.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, but he's a Palpatine. Sorry.
It would have been better if she had stayed a nobody, because that just means anybody can be a Jedi and a powerful one.
I don't think. What else can I ruin?
Harry's a Horcrux. Sorry, Harry has to die.
Nobody knows. They're probably like, okay.
Harry has to die. Sorry.
Jon Snow is a Targaryen. There you go. Even though that eventually means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening as we discuss Loki's episode 2, season 1.
I hope I didn't kill you with all my spoilers.
And then we will probably be back next Saturday. We'll have to get a time that works for Christina as well as Big Nate.
And I hopefully have more than a low rumble then.
You know me, I'm a busy bee.
Yes, you are. I want to thank everyone for joining us, and we will check y'all later. Have a good night.
Deuces, peace.
Deuce.